Alright, so for those of you who are working with clay, just take a chunk about this big. You don't need much more than this. And when we were making those masks earlier, we didn't really add a lot of things onto it, and we didn't create structures. So I'm going to show you 3 different techniques. One is called a pinch pot. So a simple way of making a pinch pot, sit down. All of you, sit down. Or stand around there, please. Is to make a ball. Now if you wanted to make a really large open vessel, then you would use more than this. But I'm just going to make a ball. Stick my thumb down, and then it's called a pinch pot because you pinch it. So I'm going to pinch it between my thumb and my fingers and spin it around. If I put my thumb outwards and pinch out, then it will open up the mouth. If I have my thumb towards myself and pinch towards myself, then it will close the mouth. So it depends on what you're going for. This is a really great way to create a half of a head or something like that, which is what I'm going to show you the next step. So after I have 2 pinch pots, because remember, clay can be no thicker than about your thumb. If it's thicker than your thumb, what could happen in the kiln? It could explode in the kiln. So it needs to stay hollow. If it's not hollow, then it will explode and it will ruin yours and everyone else's work. Okay, then I'm going to do my other pinch pot, pinching around. Now, what is it called when we take 2 pieces of clay and we mash them together?
Bind them.
Okay.
Slip and score.
We have to slip and score them. So here are some of the scoring tools. You can find all of the clay materials here. And scoring is making lines along the edges of the 2 pieces of clay that you're going to connect. So I'm scoring along the edges here in both directions. Okay? And then scoring, this is called scoring. And what is it when you add slip to it?
Now you get some of the wet clay and put it all around.
So
I can do that.
A little bit of water and wet clay
You have to keep it steady.
is what makes the glue to stick it together. If you don't do it, it's going to fall apart in the kitchen. And then you can attach those 2 pieces like so and start to form them together. Now this is a hollow piece of clay that won't blow up in the kiln, and 2, also will give you a lot of extra clay to work with. That's one way of putting together clay. Another way is doing coils. So coil is rolling an even piece that's the same thickness around. Like that. Oh, and this clay is a little bit wet, so you might have to try that again. Now to start a coil, you can start rolling it in on itself like this.
Kind of like a snail.
Like a snail. And that's the base of your pot, or whatever it is that you're making. If you're making shoes, then you would want to make it the bottom of that shoe, and then you can slowly build up. And I'm going to show you how you can slowly build up. So then you're going to take your another coil, and this is a slower process, but you have more control than you do with the pinch pot. Pinch pot's it's always pretty much the same shape. But with coil, you can either build up, you can build out, you can build in, you can build off in lots of different ways.
How can you build up?
So this is about the thickness of the clay. You don't want to go much thicker than this. And then I've got to score it and slip it and attach it. So remember, you're scoring and slipping in both pieces that you're attaching to. Here is that slip bucket right here. And if I want my piece to be like a cylinder, maybe I'm making like a top hat. Or if I want it to be straight up, like this is here, then I would place this right on top of the coil so that it continuously builds up. If I want it to build out, maybe I want to make A bowl that kind of comes out like this.
Or string. Let me see you.
1 second. Then I would slip and score on the outside. Do you see how that's starting to move out then? And I would continue to slip and score on the outside. If I wanted to move up and inward, like it's getting a smaller and smaller tip, maybe you want to make something that's like a spring or like a not necessarily an octagon, maybe something more of like a pyramid, then you would slip and score on the inside and slowly start building that up so it goes like this. Okay? Making sure that you slip and score all of it. A cone, exactly, that's what I was thinking of too. Alright? After you are done with this, and you're ready to add more details, make sure that you write your name and put it in a plastic bag and put it on the table. Okay? Thanks. That's good.